If you do not think you deserve success, if you do not think you deserve a bigger home, to have an outstanding mate, or beautiful, well-disciplined children who are productive, if you don't think you deserve them, then you'll do things that will keep you from getting them. Let's tell you on the idea of having goals. Are they important? At Yale University in 1953, they did a study. They discovered that of the graduating seniors, only 3% of them had definite, written down goals. 20 years later, they did another survey of those seniors who had graduated. They discovered that the 3% who had committed their goals to paper had accomplished more than the 97% who had not written them down. What about you personally? Have you got your goals laid out? Are you a meaningful specific, or are you a wandering generality? People today complain of lack of time. It's not lack of time that's the problem, it's the lack of direction. Howard Hill was probably the greatest archer who ever lived. He won 281 consecutive tournaments. He was never beaten in competition. And yet I'm going to look at you dead center and say to you, I could spend 20 minutes with you, and at the end of that 20 minutes, Dick, I could have any man in this audience hitting the bullseye more consistently than Howard Hill could have on the best day he ever had, provided we blindfolded Howard Hill and turned him around so he would not know which direction he was facing. And you rather obviously laugh and say, Ziglar, that's silly. Of course. How could a man hit a target he could not see? That's a pretty good question. Here's another one. How can you hit a target you do not have? Have you got one? Are you going to work tomorrow because that's what you did yesterday? If that's the reason you're going tomorrow, you won't be as good tomorrow as you were yesterday because you're 2 days older and no closer to the goal you do not have. I'll be leaving on an airplane tomorrow for Toledo, Ohio. It's dangerous for that plane to fly. And yet the engineers tell me that it's more dangerous for that plane to stay on the ground, that it will rust out faster than it will wear out up into the heavens. Besides, planes are built for flying. Ships are built for sailing. Houses are built for living. And man, too, was built for purpose. He was designed for accomplishment. He's engineered for success. He's endowed with the seeds of greatness. And the greatest danger we as human beings have is when we do not do anything at all. See, I think it's all right to have money as one of your goals. Occasionally I speak to people and they say, well, I don't want to make a lot of money. You know, I believe a man or a woman that would say that would lie about other things too. Every once in a while I'll have some of my Christian friends say, Zig, how do you reconcile all of that talk about money with Christianity? And I say, it's easy. I believe God made the diamonds for His crowd, not Satan's bunch. Moses was a millionaire. Solomon, the richest man who ever lived. And old Job wouldn't have qualified for the food stamp program, if you know what I mean. As a matter of fact, you cannot get too much money unless the money gets you. You know, Solomon told us that he who seeks silver will never be satisfied with silver. Now, having said all of that, let me see if I can tie it back together. I believe, and I make this statement 40 times in my book, that you can get everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. Yes, there's danger in setting goals, but there's infinitely more danger in not setting them. You see, in order for a goal to be effective, it must affect change. And if it doesn't affect change, then the probability of you reaching the goal are pretty slim. In order for it to be effective, it's got to be big, because it's the big goal that creates excitement. It forces you to reach in and utilize that which is there. You got to have those long-range goals. And the rule is a simple one. You go as far as you can see. And when you get there, you'll always be able to see further. You know anybody that's really going to do something as soon as the kids get out of school, and then I'll have more time to do those things? Then the kids get out of school and they say, well, I didn't realize it, but I got to take them everywhere. Wait till the kids get back in school, then I'll really get busy. Say, well, we got a winning football team this year. Got to support the team. Wait till after football season. Football season is over. They say, well, you know, it's Thanksgiving and Christmas now and New Year's. Wait till after the holidays, then, man, I'm really going to get busy. After the holidays, they say, well, you know, the weather is just so bad, and isn't this the worst winter we have ever had? Wait till the weather clears up a little bit, then I'll get busy. Or until we get a new governor or a new administration. The people who wait for external changes before they make an internal decision will get cooked in the squat every single time. I can guarantee it.